if you'll just let me keep the thing that's got time ticking, I'll worship you. No, son. No, daughter. You got to trust me in this situation. Man, I feel the Holy Ghost. You have got in this situation. I'm a God that I give and I take away. And you got to worship me in the taking away at the same way that you worship me when I'm giving. I gave that child. I'm the one that spoke life, and the way that you shouted when that child was born, you got to be shouting when we bury that baby in the dirt, because I am the one that's in control, and all things are going to work together for your good in the end. Now let me know, is there anybody here that you've ever fell in love with something that was dying, something that God was trying to pull out of your life? What about this? Is there anybody in this house that you have learned how to live with the offspring of something you did in the past? But for some reason, it was just hard to move on from it. We find David, whom I can't even imagine the guilt that's on him. I've killed a man. I've took his wife. And somehow, this is laid at my charge. My baby's dying. Can you imagine the guilt that had settled on the king of Israel? I feel like he was probably slumping a little bit when he sat on that throne. It was heavy. Lord, let me keep it. David, you got to trust me in this. I'd like to stop right here. I want you to think about this. This is pivoting off of this story. We're going to go to the book of Genesis in our minds. But the Lord told that angel, he said, keep the way, lest they make it to the tree of life and they live forever. Now, before they had committed sin, they had no expiration date on their life because death had not entered into the world. And so what the Lord was saying is this: I don't want them in the condition that they're in to go eat of the tree of life and live forever in the condition that they are in right now. In a little while, after their sins have been rolled forward long enough, I'll come and I'll wash it all away. And then they can come into eternity with me and they can live forever. But it is not the will of God that you eat of the tree of life until there's a change in your life. Because God does not want you to live forever in the condition that you were in. It is not the will of God that you live forever with a mistake. It's not, man, I feel it right now. It's not the will of God that you live forever with a broken mind and a broken marriage and a broken situation. He said, angels, I need you to get that sword and I need you to guard the tree of life, because I don't want them to make it to the tree of life in the condition that they are in and live forever with their sin. So here we are with David. The Lord saying, son, you got to trust me here. And David saying, Lord, you got to answer my prayer here. So he goes and he fasts and he mourns and he puts ashes